You think the past is over. You think you've moved on. But let me ask you something. Why do you still react the same way? Why does one comment ruin your mood? Why do certain people still trigger you, even when you don't care anymore? That's not coincidence. That's not weakness. That's your past still running your life. Not through memories, but through your reactions. And until you understand this, you'll keep thinking you're free while being controlled. Here's the reality no one tells you. The brain does not erase emotional pain. It stores it as a survival lesson. Your mind doesn't care if something is old. It only cares if it once hurt. So when something today feels even slightly similar, your brain reacts first and thinks later. That's why you say things you didn't plan to say. That's why you pull back when things start going right. That's why you overthink situations that don't deserve it. You're not choosing these reactions, you're replaying them. Think about this. You promise yourself you won't let the past affect you anymore. You say, "I'm done." But then someone ignores you, someone raises their voice, someone disappoints you. And suddenly, you're not in the present anymore. You're reacting like the older version of you, the version that learned silence was safer, or anger was protection, or over-explaining was survival. Different situation, same response. That's how the past stays in control, quietly. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your mind prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar peace, because pain you know feels predictable. Peace you don't know feels dangerous. That's why calm feels boring to you. That's why chaos feels normal. That's why stability feels uncomfortable. Your brain isn't addicted to suffering. It's addicted to familiarity. And your past is very familiar. This is where self-sabotage begins. You procrastinate not because you're lazy, but because success feels unfamiliar. You delay not because you don't care, but because failure wants to find you. You overthink not because you're smart, but because your mind learned that being alert meant staying safe. Your past taught you rules that no longer apply, but you're still following them. That's control. Here's something most people never realize. You don't just remember the past, you built your identity around it. Who you are today was shaped by what you survived. So letting go doesn't just feel hard, it feels like losing yourself. Because if you're not the person who was hurt, who are you? And your brain hates unanswered questions, so it keeps the past alive just to keep your identity intact. Let's be clear, time doesn't heal anything. Ignoring doesn't fix anything. Positive thinking doesn't rewire anything. Awareness does. The moment you notice a reaction and say, "This is old," control begins to weaken. Not instantly, not magically, but consciously. Your past only controls you when you keep responding like the old version of you. The moment you pause, the moment you choose a different response, the moment you stop proving old beliefs right, the past loses access. Not because it disappeared, but because you outgrew it. Now ask yourself this. How many of your reactions today are actually coming from a version of you that no longer exists? If this video made you stop and think, if it felt uncomfortably accurate, then this message was meant for you. Now tell me who is still being controlled by their past. Tell me in comment section. Like this video so it reaches someone, and subscribe, because here we don't escape reality, we understand it.